episode 19 of MLB 20 the So. This is AD your If you guys are joining in, want to catch more MLB 20 every 1 to 2 days a week, be sure to hit that red support button if you guys are new or not new in the chat. If you guys, if you guys are new or not new, do the same always. Tweet it out, share it, comment, leave a good opportunity. If there's anybody in the chat that has a Twitter and a Discord, you can do so by first thing on Twitter. You do so by following me on Twitter as Zach Dawson, as always, from Runny's group and Tuba's group altogether. You guys do the same thing on that. If there's anybody in the chat that has also a Discord, you can do so by doing the same thing on Discord. Share me out, tweet me out, leave a good comment on any video you guys see. Hit that red support button, hit that like button, and leave a good comment that people can see. If there's anybody also in the chat, can do the same thing between the two. To make sure we don't do sub between anybody in between. If anybody does see it, YouTube will end up being blacked out between any channels. But and remember guys, we also watch our videos in full. We like them, share them, tweet them out, comment, share it. If you guys, you guys can vote Atlanta at 30, Gray Summit at 13. I do know Running Egg may or may not be live tonight. I mean today, but possibly maybe tomorrow. I do know Tuba's going live today as well. Guys, have any other questions, let me know. IZN News will be a little bit later on this morning. Let's get the first 19 or 20 minutes this morning. So you guys won't have Spider-Man Miles Morales tonight. So despite the connection, only lasted about 50 minutes last night. So because I only lost 2 supporters today, but if anybody can get me there, it's Running Egg and Tuba. As today, guys, there will be Game 1 in Minnesota. As there will be the visiting 5-13 Tigers taking on the 12-7 Minnesota Twins. So today in Game 1 in Minnesota, on the mound for the 5-13 Tigers today will be Matthew Boyd. Has a 1-0 one-loss record, 14 strikeouts for 2.57 ERA. And also on the mound for the 12-7 Twins in Game 1 in Minnesota. As guys can see on the right side or any between inside the screen, will be Devin Samaltu. Samaltu has a 1-1 record, 11 strikeouts for a 5.28 ERA. So take it down the ballpark so far today, guys. If you guys are staying safe, that's good. Today is my last day off from work, and I go back tomorrow, Tuesday. What's tomorrow? You guys will only have Watch Dogs Legion tomorrow night. Tuesday night only Assassin's Creed. And Wednesday morning and Wednesday night, you guys will have Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs Legion. I think it might be to be continued, or maybe it's just finale to be continued for Watch Dogs Legion before I premiere Call of Duty by then this week. So I don't think it'll be an adjustment problem between the other forward beginnings for it. So on the mound for the 5-13 Tigers today will be left-hander southpaw Matthew Boyd. Has a 1-0 one-loss record for 2.57 ERA between any schedule. And there's a starting lineup for the 5-13 Tigers today of the season, as it goes by between 1st and 9th. Leading off first will be Victor Reyes at center. Jorge Bonifacio is at right fielder, Banks second. Samir Candelario is at third, Zion Scope at second. Miguel Cabrera, the one and only, at first. CJ Cron is the DH as designated hitter. Nico Graham is at seventh. Jacoby Jones is at left, playing southpaw, left-hander. And Jacoby Jones is batting ninth, doing the catching between any good lineups. So how is everyone doing this morning? Hope you guys are well, staying safe, and throughout these past couple of days, it's been very, very relaxing. Having my fun and I spend time together between, having some time together, watching Cobra Kai for the last couple of days, but apparently she does want to see me after she gets done with church today, so she basically doesn't get picked up around 8:30, 8:15 at this point, as a matter of fact, but the plan is she's hoping to see me before I go back to work tomorrow, so you can try to maybe work with that, maybe, but it all depends. Guys, if there's anything on that. So on the mound for the 12-7 Twins today, they guys see Devin Samaltu. Making the fourth start of the season, 1-1 record. With 5.28 ERA, 13 hits, 5 walks, and 11 strikeouts. No bad of a resume between the stat sheet. Leading off for the Tigers will be the first one, Victor Reyes. 273, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. First pitch by Samoltso. To left, 1-0. You guys let me know if there's any other questions. Let's if you guys have any discussions about New Year's resolutions yet. You guys can bring some in anytime you guys like. As we're now at the third day of this month already. And that ball will be ground ball to right center field. It's down, and that will be a single. That's a single for the Tigers. If you guys also want to give my love a shout out today, you guys can let me know. It's tomorrow, it's the 4th, since I go back to work tomorrow. My love is going to be turning 34 years old at this point, so if you guys want to wish her a happy B-Day today, or wait till tomorrow night when I do White Sox Legion, that'd be okay. But other than that, still love you guys for it in the chat. Gonna bring up Jorge Bonifacio, batting 220. Runner first, nobody out. Runner looking to steal second. 0-1 by Samoltso from the stretch. To the left, that's 1-1, and he is safe at. Oh my goodness, that would be the first one. So it's a runner at second, nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's up top, 2-1. But other than that, guys, I did sleep good, and my opponent's phone ended up being ridiculous, but she's still planning on getting a certain job very shortly. Yes, it's going to be 34 by tomorrow, so I think I might surprise her with something romantic. Like I've sort of done for Christmas last week, so I will probably try to not second guess, but make a first hint. I don't know when she's going with her family tomorrow, but she's going to try to do her best on that. So, top 3-2. Up next is Samir Candelario, batting 219. He's on deck. 3-2 by Samoltso from the stretch. And that's a foul ball to home base, 3-2. But if you guys want to deliver a birthday setup to my pudding, that'd be okay. For tomorrow, it'll be 34. And I think it's still a young age. And up top, that's a strikeout. It's first out for the Tigers. A strikeout by Samoltso. Let's see. But yeah, if you guys have any resolutions, let me know in the chat. See if there's anything you guys can bring in. Here's the pitch by Samoltso. Runner at second, 1 out. And that will be ground ball to left center field. It scoops on it, and that's a single. Single for the Tigers. That's all. We don't see the word sub and attack, guys. If that happens way too many times, we've got to make sure. We have to make sure nobody says it in the chat. I mean, types it in the chat, and making sure we don't have to record anything on it. First and third, 1 out. Here comes Jonathan Skill, batting 235. 5 home runs back to the mound, gives it the first, and the second double play. Bada boom, it's done. Game 1 in Minnesota, to the bottom of the first inning. Tigers nothing, and the Twins coming up the bat. And so today, guys, on the mound for 5-13 Tigers will be Matthew Boyd. And his stats record is an average record. He's making his 4th start of the season, has a 1-0 record, a 2.57 ERA, 26 hits, 4 walks, and 14 strikeouts completely. Between the structure. Beneath it. And leading off first for the Twins will be Byron Buxton, batting 230, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs. First pitch by Boyd. At the bottom, 0-1. You know what they say, guys? A pitcher can go in beyond, left to right, or any directional behind it. As long as you know what's ball to target and where you actually want the batter to get to, you know. I also want to deliver a shout-out to RZL. RZL's been getting some good variety of baseball of cards and dice. You guys can check him out. He's actually a nice guy. I've watched some of his videos. It's like people don't know what they're doing, you know. I mean, and it's very entertaining how anybody can do cards and dice on baseball from a board game and do some extra replays on baseball, and I just hope I can maybe get into that crap this year. I mean, that is not a bad of a goal, but I think it's I think it would be heartwarming for you guys to see if it would be possible. That's a swing and a miss. First out for the Twins for strikeout by Matthew Boyd. You guys let me know in the chat if that would be something you guys want me to do sometime. I mean, I probably would, but it all depends how much time I would take. An hour and a half, maybe over an hour and 15 minutes, maybe. But it all depends. If I'm willing to negotiate something. As he news to be in a little bit. And that'll bring up Luis Arez. 238, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs driven in. Between any further. On 1 from the stretch. Up top, 0-2. And of course, guys, my 12-3 Steelers are taking on the 10-5 Browns. So here's the thing. Here's what is not going to happen. If the Browns win, they're in the playoffs at this point, and that's the second out for the Twins. Second strikeout by Matthew Boyd. So yeah, if we win, the Browns are done. I think it might be the blame between offensive line or just the Baker Mayfield himself. So, and I think the only way we can stop the Browns is if continue on offensive line and making sure we run the football a bit more. See how that's going to go for him. And that's a fly ball to center field. And makes a good catch. The side is retired. 3 out, 3 down for the Twins. Game 1 in Minnesota. At the top of the second, Tigers nothing, Twins nothing. And due up next for the Tigers today, guys, will be the one and only Miguel Cabrera. He has batting 200 and a ribby only. I mean, knowing any batter that's been a team for a long time has some good home runs, good RBIs, and knowing what he's doing. That's the important thing. That's a foul ball to home base, 0-1. His career of 2,817 hits, which that's actually very impressive between any team. That is really impressive, guys. You see a player that's on a baseball team for a long time has tremendous hits, tremendous respect for the team, and brings something good like that. That'd be ground ball to left center field. And that will be a double. And that's a double for the Tigers. Second double by Miguel Cabrera. For the 5-13 Tigers today. Look at that. Ooh. That is a double by Miguel Cabrera, by the way. That's why anybody can call a batter from any team, next batter, or somebody else to make something happen. And that'll bring up CJ Cron, number 26, DHs. Last 4 games has an average of 375, 6'16", batting 200, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs driven in. But at second, nobody out. What's up, Willie? How you doing? How's your weekend today? By the way, welcome to the chat, buddy. And that'll be ground ball straight again, and that will be a single. That's a single for the Tigers as Cabrera goes to third. Hit that like button, Willie, if you don't mind. First and third, nobody out. Gets signed down, Samalto from the stretch. Between the fracture thought a little bit. But for me, I've been up since 5:15, 5:30 this morning, but basically, it's kind of like almost an overtime that I usually go live in the mornings between either 7:15, 7:30, 7:25, it's maybe. At the bottom, 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Was acquired as a free agent back in 2017. And there's also a couple other tremendous batters that did very well. Ken Griffey Jr. Played like his former father, legendary father, is Ken Griffey Sr., if I'm right. I don't know if he played for the Reds or not. 1-1. And that'd be foul ball from home base, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here he comes on a ball and 2
hold on a second, to the left, 2-2. Yeah, I would think so too, Willie. Like I said, if anybody says the word sub in the chat, your channel will not get a shout out, apparently, if people say it too many times. And that's exactly what I actually did point out, but, you know, I'll let you slide this time. At this point. And he's on deck. Gets a sign down, 3-2, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch by Samoltsa. But it's okay, buddy. At the bottom, ball 4. First walk by Samoltsa. As he walks number 22 for the 5-13 Tigers today. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. Oh my. And that'll bring up Jacoby Jones, guys. 193, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs living in. Bases loaded, nobody out. Gets the sign down. Samoltsa. The bottom, 0-1. No ball, 1 strike. Are you explaining it something? It's okay. But yeah, that's actually one of a few new rules by YouTube, by the way, that I heard from Deadside over the weekend. If anybody uses the word sub in the chat way too many times, your channel, anybody's channel, will end up not getting a shout out, apparently. So you guys need to really be careful. We guys, and that anybody comes in, and of why 111 moderators to make sure you don't say it plenty of times. To get somebody that supports you, and it's pretty much sub for sub. So you guys have to be careful at this point. 2-1, and that will be fly ball to deep left center. We're gonna race back, and that's a grand slam. Goodbye. It's gone. Well, that's the only thing. I have to see how that's going to work. That's a grand slam by Jacoby Jones. 384 feet. That is the third one of his career. 108.2 miles per hour. The strikes first today, guys. It's 4-0 Tigers. Between any baseball team, guys, between in real life or anybody else in the chat, a grand slam by Jacoby Jones. Any team doesn't see that very often at this point. Up next is catcher number 34, Jake Rogers. Last 6 games was 4 for 23 for an average of 174. 230, 5 for 1, 6 RBIs. 4-0 Tigers, top of the second, nobody out. Game 1 in Minnesota. To the right, 1-0. It was acquired by the Astros in 2017. Alright guys, we're gonna get some news right about now, so. But Willie, do I make myself clear a little bit more? Or do you agree what I'm getting at? Deadside told me last night, before the connection blacked out, when I was doing a new episode of Spider-Man, and that would be fly ball to mid-center. Fly ball to mid-center, and it bounces off the wall. And this time, guys, that's a double. That's a double for the Tigers. A double by Jake Rogers for the 5-13 Tigers today. Oh my goodness, look at that. Between any team that starts a little more red hot, you know what they say. When you're hot between any team. Runner at second, nobody out. Back to the lineup becomes Victor Reyes. Singled his first time, is 1 for 1 in the ballgame. And that is also a ground ball to center field. And that will be a single. When the second goes to third, and that's a single for the Tigers. Any team would almost be stressed out. So, Foster's given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 strikeout, 1 pitch. Total, actually 1 strikeout, 1 walk, completely. So, first and third, nobody out. And here comes Jorge Bonifacio. He's 0 for 1. To the right, 0-1. Oh my goodness. Let's see how we're doing on time real quick, guys. Let me double check there's not a big, terrible case. No, let me double check here. Well, guys, we're going to get some news right about now. The guys want to give somebody's video inside or outside the chat. In the upper left, 1-1. All you have to do, guys, is hit that red support button, hit that like button, tell them what group you're from, any group or without a group, anytime you'd like. Like for me, for example, Running Egg and Tuber. I always go with those two, because those two know how to grow channels the right way at this point. The bottom 2 and 1. But yeah, guys, you leave a like, you hit that like button, hit that red support button, leave a good comment so people can see it. So the host and the other ones can see it. I've been getting plenty of that, 90% of the time. But if you guys have a Twitter, you can do so by following me on Twitter at ZD Zach Dawson. Z is capitalized, D is capitalized. You guys can share me out, tweet me out, leave a good comment. And you guys can give me your first and last name information. It's I think it's all in one word between any information you guys can bring from Twitter, so we can actually follow each other. We can actually jump into the rifle industry. The numbers are always the same between the odds. Remember, there are not any odds, but only plenty of evens. Like, for example, the numbers are 824, 65600. That is 824, 65600. You guys can do that by following me on Twitter. You guys can do the same thing on Discord. Send me a friend request, tell me you guys said hello, and let me know if you guys want to chit-chat about anything. It's, be anything understandable. So right 3 and 2. Up next is Amir Candelario, batting 230. He is on deck. You guys let me know if there's any questions on that. And we watch our videos in full. We'd like them, share them, tweet them out, comment. If you know anybody, do the same thing. If anybody does have a Twitter or something interesting. To the left, that's foul ball 3 and 2. But other than that, you guys have any other questions? You guys can vote Aladdin at 30, Great Summon at 13 up to this year. I don't know if we're still going to have an idol, but I hope we do, since my love's turning 34 tomorrow, so it's going to be very special to her. And my spirit will be the same thing for her, too. To the right, that's ball 4. Second walk by Smaltzer. Smaltzer walks, William Bonifacio for the 5 and 13 Tigers today. Oh my goodness. And here comes third baseman Zamir Candelario, number 46. Singled his first time, he's 1 for 1. Bases loaded, nobody out. Okay guys, we're going to get some news real quick. Just a moment. Here's the pitch by Smaltzer. To the upper left, 0-1. For the Angles, last game's 0 for 3 for an RBI. Alright guys, Cyberpunk tips for the feeding, Razor Cube, and the final beat on the Brat fight. Like I said guys, I haven't done any of that yet. But I actually have been taking some time, a little bit more. And that'll be ground ball to right center. And that's a RBI single. As it's now 5-0 Tigers, top of the second, bases loaded, nobody out. Oh my goodness. To any stressful team, guys, tries again something special and gets right on the page. Ooh. Right on the page as any team wants to get to. Oh man. Dwight is stuck in the Matrix in an unreleased cold open of The Office. We jump on that. Comes the manager for the 12 and 7 Twins, come to the mound. That'll be it for Smaltzer. Smaltzer only a couple innings at this point between any driven and runs. It's actually until the start between any pitcher on the team. So on the mound for the 12 and 7 Twins will be Fernando Romero. Romero making the 6th game appearance, 2-1 record, with a 3.55 ERA, 6 walks and 9 strikeouts completely. And up next will be Jonathan Scope. He's 0 for 1 for ground out his first time. 5 and 13 Twins, looking to stay safe, keep its emotions. Bases loaded, nobody out. 5-0 Tigers. Game 1 in Minnesota. We had cold open of the office of Dwight. It's stuck in some sort of a matrix. Let me double check here. We'll get to that in a second. To the upper left, 1-0. Well, guys, I'm going to get to this article from Matthew Adler about The Office. According to Matthew Adler from last night, guys, after leaving Netflix in the United States, The Office has officially moved to, I'm guessing you haven't heard about this, maybe some of you have in the chat, that has been moved to NBC's Peacock streaming service as part of the celebration. Now, the thing about this, NBC has unveiled a never-before-seen cold case and is served to please fans. Now, I don't usually have Peacock on my phone or the #1 seed because, you know, I wouldn't even try to use the app. You know, I mean, if it's a different reference to watch The Office, then yes. But if I want to see The Office, I can just do something with Netflix on that. 3 balls, no strikes from the stretch. And that's ball 4. And that's the first walk, as it's now 6-0 Tigers. Top of the second, bases loaded, nobody out. Game 1 in Minnesota. And it's also been revealed on Twitter, guys, by Peacock, that the clip features Dwight being pranked by Jim once again, as he is led to believe that he's in the Matrix. Miguel Cabrera's 1-for-1 for a run and a double. 6-0 Tigers, top of the second, nobody out, bases loaded. Game 1 in Minnesota. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Romero. And heads up, the fly ball to deep right center. Gets under it, makes the catch. That's first out for the Tigers. 1 on second, we're going to go to home, and he is out trying to steal home. 1 on second goes to third, and that's the second out for the Tigers. Up next is CJ Cron. 6 batting possession, had a run, singled, and 1-for-1. First and third, 2 outs. So you guys can see it's by the name of Dunder Mifflin Peacock at this point. And he said this is not a drill, presenting a never-before-seen cold case from the office. I mean, the one on the right you have is Rainn Wilson. The one on the left, wearing a good suit with black shades, is Steve Carell's character on that. So, top 0-2. The ball's 2 strikes. So, I haven't seen The Office, but I've maybe seen a couple episodes of Steve Carell and Rainn Wilson all together. But, never seen much of the series to keep up. And that's a strikeout. And the inning is over. Oh my goodness. Twin, no positivity, guys. Look at that. And it's gone. Go to bottom of the second inning, guys. Game 1, Minnesota. Tigers 6, Twins nothing. Due after the Twins will be Miguel Sano, batting 74 with an RBI. If it starts getting a little more forward, guys, remember you can't get there too quick at this point. Problem 7 Twins, we're gonna get something a bit more reasonable and plenty of general. It's pitched by Boyd from the stretch. And that would be ground ball to home base. And that would be a single. That's a single, and it will challenge a little bit by the manager for the 5-13 Tigers. Like I said, I haven't seen a lot of The Office, but I do know it's not bad of a comedy, and do know it's a good series, and not in a bad way, but in a good average way on it. But here's the thing, guys. Just like the 1999 film, it's based on. It's Dwight receives a message on his computer from a mysterious individual informing him that the two will meet soon. And most of us in the chat have seen The Matrix with Lawrence Fishburne, Keanu Reeves, and some other woman, I would assume. Here comes Mitch Graver, batting 189. Runner at first, nobody out. It's like any team wants to get something back and wants to do its own medicine. Here's the pitch by Boyd. Because he left, 1-0. Now the thing about this, guys, he soon finds out that Dunder Mifflin's security guard, Hank, is actually named Dorpheus. Now, what kind of name would that be? I mean, Dorpheus doesn't seem that awkward to me, you know. Since most of you have seen The Office between any TV you guys can watch from cable. So basically, I just think it's not a old-fashioned way how one of the episodes of The Office can benefit on that. That's a strikeout. A first out for the Twins, for the third strikeout by Matthew Boyd. Well, regardless, if I would watch The Office, I would start my ass from the way beginning, if it comes down to it. But yeah, and he is portrayed by Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix, who gives Dwight the option of taking either the red pill or blue pill. So that's a little bit strange between two colors. And that will be fly ball to right center field. Gets under in, makes the catch. Out number 2 for the Twins. Runner Rojo at first. Now here's the thing, guys. I'll get to that in a second. Here comes Jorge Polanco. 147, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Run at first, 2 outs. And that will be fly ball to straight center, and that will be a single. That's a single for the Twins. But it goes to second. Now here's the thing about this, guys. It is just one of the many unreleased scenes available to watch on Peacock. So the guys put it in tech and started from the beginning of watching The Office. You guys can start with seasons 1 and 2 that are available for free. And then Prime retire for season 3 through 9. So you guys can check that out too. So we'll see. Josh Donaldson's batting 167. First and second, 2 outs.
He's set. Here it comes.
To the left, 0-1.
Jumped ahead with strike one there, and that's something he's going
last 4 games had 3 runs scored.
He doesn't have lights out
morning,
stuff,
brother.
So it all depends. Up top, 0-2. Hey, morning, Sister Terry. How you doing? How's my girl doing this morning? Welcome to the chat, by the way. Foul ball to right, that's 0-2. But it's good to see you again, sis. It's been since yesterday since you've been in. But if it wasn't for the connection and communication after 50 minutes, that would have been okay. Quite interesting, but beyond the few. But I'm tired, but I'm okay. And that will be ground ball close to center. Picks it up close the first time, and the inning is over. What did you miss me today, Sister Terry? Or what were you been up to so far? For the top of the third, game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 6, Twins nothing.
Welcome back to Target Field.
Guys, to treat yourself with the best high-end keyboard for gaming. Well, as soon as I get a good laptop in the future this year, I'll probably try to think of something that's cool. And I think I probably have a couple straightforward ideas for baseball, hopefully. You guys can tweet every Velder and Animal Crossing New Horizons on that. Fox's X-Men Fantastic Four movie would have included Daredevil and Deadpool. Oh, that's good. But Away's doing good spirits with Christianity. That's all that matters. You know, everybody's here for somebody, as long as if they that are out of surgery trying to keep themselves healing. Hey, what's up, Dead Side? How you doing? Welcome to the chat, buddy. How's your weekend? Dead Side, you're right about something. That's exactly what we talked about yesterday. The bottom, 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. But how are you this morning, Dead Side? Cool, Willie, you know, if you use that S word, YouTube will just blacklist your channel. Yep. Exactly. But what's you been up to, Dead Side? 2-1. We foul ball to left, 2-2. Rays 5, Blue Jays 4, and Tampa. I mean, that's exactly what I was trying to. I mean, that's how you and I talked about yesterday. You know, before the connection stopped after 50 minutes. So to the right, that is a walk. As he walks, as Romero walks in between. But other than that, you know, all I know is that side people don't want to listen. They just want to do S for S to make sure they get the channel up there. And guess what? That's not the way it's going to be this time. So whatever happens, it happens. It's their own fault behind that. I mean, if they want to grow the channel, they have to do what they need to do correctly. At this point, last game was 1-4 for single. Runner first, nobody out. Yes, protective camera, the best camera, backpack, or sling bag. That's good. Yeah. But yeah, you guys can see yourselves news. But either way, whatever happens, happens. If people use that S word in the chat, people have really got to be careful. I mean, Dead Side, you and I went over this last night. You know, if people are going to do that, why bother somebody doing something that they don't really want to listen for sure? You know, they just want to continue to self-promote. Thinking self-and-sub is a good thing. Guess what? Not in this world, it's not. That'd be fireball to mid. And that would be a single. As far as second goes to third, that's a single for the Tigers. But Cincinnati, what are your thoughts on that one? Your honest, not a bad but honest opinion. I mean, Deadside and I talked about it yesterday. I know it was more than me and Deadside. Somebody did make his return, and guess who it was, Cincinnati? It was my brother Mark. My brother Prince Mark came back, and if my opponent would have came in last night, she would have actually missed him so much. That's the important thing. That'd be ground ball across the second. Gets it the first in time. That's the first out for the Tigers, as it's now 7-0 Tigers. Here comes Victor Reyes, 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run. 7-0 Tigers, front of second, 1 out. Game 1 in Minnesota. That side, can you remind my sister Terry what we talked about yesterday? I mean, you actually heard this from YouTube a couple days ago, or pretty much heard it yesterday about the S word. Well, like I said, people don't listen. You know, they talk and talk and talk. They want to talk about, but they want to grow the channel the wrong way and not try to do the best way that there is possible. 1 and 1. Top 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I mean, there were plenty of people when I was doing Spider-Man last night, so it was, yeah, exactly, yep. If people don't say it in the chat, you guys are fine. That's a strikeout, second out for the Tigers. Second strikeout by Romero. In the second position, here comes Jorge Bonifacio. He is 0 for 1. But that side, if you can talk a little bit about towards my sister Terry, she might keep up a little bit. To see if she can get us what we're getting at. That's why everybody should always have a good heads up, just to make sure nobody's channel gets a blacklist. To the left, 0 and 2. We'll try to figure something out. That side should be able to tell you. Yeah, says it Terry. Look at what Dead Side's saying. Look what he says. I think it's correct. And I talked to my opponent about it yesterday, I mean last night. And she doesn't use the word in the chat. She doesn't. You know, that's why everybody should always be aware to be careful. I always advise everybody to be careful. 1 and 2. At the bottom, ball is low. Runner roll out at second, and that's ball 2. People have got to be real careful, or else it's not going to do much of anything. My opponent last one. Let's try to get something in a few. 2 and 2. And that'll be ground ball to second. Skids from defensively. Gets a little off of reins. And that'll be, guys, an RBI double. And that's now 8-0 Tigers. And it's also the third double by Bonifacio for the 5 and 13 Twin Tigers today. Oh my goodness. And a team doesn't get stressful between selling big or trying to get 8-0 Tigers. Front of second, 2 outs. Game 1 in Minnesota. Here comes Samir Candelario. He gets 2 for 2. With 2 singles and an RBI. Sand? No. That side knows what I'm talking about. Brother Mark did touch base a little bit on it yesterday. At the bottom, 0 and 2. But, well, like I said, thank goodness he actually did make his return. So, what Brother Mark's been doing, sister, he's been taking some relaxation, been doing a couple trainings with his family, and, you know. But it's actually good to see him back. It is really nice to see him back, but he's going to be... I haven't told him if he's going to be in the chat for the most part. Or doing some extra training with his one of his family members or something. That would be anything. It's up to him, whatever he wants to do. Same with Leon Kennedy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Romero from the stretch. Up top, 2 and 2. Yeah, that's true. I'm like, holy cow, Brother Mark, welcome back. It's good to see you. Long time no see.
Has a look, now the pitch.
And that'll be a foul ball to left, 2 and 2. But the only way, if people want to have support, That side can tell me I'm not wrong. Some way, the first few letters that you cannot say.
2-2 one more time. Off and the
The
count
left
runs
wing too.
full.
Yeah, that's true.
This is one of those innings where
But yeah, look at that word, Sister Terry. So you can actually see what that side's talking about. That's the one I'm thinking. That's the one right there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And that'll be ground ball to first. First gets to the first base, and the inning is over. So there you go. We got something going. The way we did yesterday. To the bottom of the 3rd inning, game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing.
We're just about set to go here as the Twins come to bat in the 3rd.
That's why if people, like I said, if anybody wants to grow the channel the right way, like the way Runny Egg does it, between this group, and also the same with Tuba's group, people have to do what they need to do. Or their channel will end up getting blacklisted. If people use that word in the chat too many times. You've got to be careful. Most of us have to be careful, the ones who come in the chat, do not use it. You know, to make sure we keep everything under control and making sure everybody understands. To the left, 1-0. But the best way to do it is you go in somebody's video. Yes, YouTube trip out over that. Yep. But yeah, the best way to do it is to go to somebody's video, leave a good comment, hit that red support button, leave a good comment, hit that like button. That's the best way to do it. So that way people don't have to do the same thing as for S every time. Comes Byron Buxton. He's 0 for 1 for strikeout his first time. Boyd nods his head from the stretch. To left, that's 0-1, that's foul ball. He had 7 home runs, 7 in the American League. 20 plays a ton. Bottom 0-2. But as long as we be careful all together, we'll have no problem. Oh, my sister Thrice talks about it? Oh. How many times has Sister Thrice been talking about it? I mean, does he mention it a whole lot? The kickoff 2021? Or what has he been doing? 1 and 2. A top 2 and 2. But I think you guys are onto something too. That's the way we have to do it. And that's the way it's going to be. That'll be ground ball close to second. Picks it up, throws the first time. Second out for the Twins. Up next is Luis Oreyes. He struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah, in today's game, certainly don't get completely reprimanded for too many strikeouts.
The left one, no. I think it's great. All the links and growth channels are going bye-bye. It's great. Well done, YouTube. Make people work. But you, you actually do agree, right? That's right. If they want to grow the channel so badly, all they have to do is go to somebody's video, hit that red support button, hit that like button, and leave a good comment. I mean, do you think it's the right way, Sister Terry? Up next is Nelson Cruz, 389, 6 home runs, 10 RBIs. 3 balls, no strikes. At the bottom, 0-1. People would have to do their own work to make sure everything is going the way it needs to go. But yeah, like I said, dead side is exactly correct. It'll be ground ball center field. And that will be a single. That's a single for the Twins.
Zero, this is the kind of guy, he doesn't really scare you as a pitcher because he's not a home run hitter. Somehow, some way,
as far as barrel goes, he's trying to do the thing between the few. I would think, between my putting as well. To left, 1-0. Nelson Cruz is 0 for 1 for a fly out his first time. Run at first, 2 outs. Reds 4, Yankees nothing in New York City. Going by his lonesome. And that'll be ground ball center field. And that'll be a single. That is a single for the Twins. It's like if there's any team in real life that tries to battle back between how many runs, between 7, 8, or 9, you have to go hard on your channel and work your ass off for it. And it's not about watching their streams or video. Get to know them and just doing what you said. Don't mean anything as people. Yep. Yeah, people don't listen. They just think it's a free country. They can do whatever they want. Anything and people, it's doing what you said. Don't mean anything if people won't support. Yep. I mean, you understand what I'm getting at. You know, people don't want to listen. They don't listen. People want to grow themselves and have self-promote. Like, people do want to do S for S, but that's not the way it's supposed to handle it. You go to somebody's video, you introduce yourself to that person. You do the rightful thing as people should always do. And that's a strikeout. And the inning is over. We'll get to more of that in a second. We played 3 innings, go to top of the 4th, game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Do well for the Tigers. Would be Johnson Scope. The brain on Thursday had an RBI walk, is 0 for 1. But either way, everybody knows we don't do S for S in here. If people are going to do that, why bother having a channel? You know? I mean, I don't think Twitch has something to have anything that's smart. I have a friend that doesn't want to do the work, but it's what you have to do, make real connections with people. Exactly. Like I said, you actually look up at somebody, see how much hard work that they make, you know, and be like, is that the best way to do it, or am I doing the wrong thing? That'll be ground ball to mid-center. And that's a single. That's a single for the Twins. Tigers, excuse me. I'm gonna say between any other few teams. Hey, Leon! Locomoto. How you doing? Good morning, Leon. How you doing? Welcome to the 3rd day of this year.
Stepping into the box, Miguel Cabrera. He was a double play.
I think your friend is just lazy. Yep. Well, if Willie would have never said it, that would have been okay, you know, but I let him slide this time. But, what's going on with you, Leon? When at first, nobody out? Please welcome my, my good old friend, Leon Kennedy. Hit that like button, buddy. You guys are getting Spider-Man tonight for now in 35, so to make sure the connection doesn't wipe out the windshield wipers. Ball is low, and runner is getting second. That scored as a wild pitch. Oh my goodness. And this ball, 2 balls, no strikes. I'm doing good, doing good. We woke up an hour ago. Well, my ass has only been up since 5:15, 5:30 this morning, so it's not a difficult thing. That'd be ground ball to straight to second, goes to first, 1 out for the Twins, and the second goes to third. When you're starting your channel, it is hard, but you have to go hard if you really want it. It's like if you want an opportunity to get some support, you let people support you. Don't do S for S. As a lot of people know it's the wrong thing to do, and if people want to have something going their way, you have to do it at the good time. You have to do it at the rightful moment, at the wrong time. People have to do what they need to do. It's like if people come in, they use the word, their channel will not even grow at this point. So, Leon, anything wrestling related this week? I mean, I didn't watch a lot of SmackDown on Friday. But guess what my love and I have been doing? I mean, I've been taking time off to chat a little bit more, despite the fact having more time with my pudding. And we've been watching some episodes of Cobra Kai Season 3 over the weekend, the last couple of days. So basically, you know, everything's going good for our future. It's been 1274 so far today. Hold on, I'll read the chat in a second. Up top 2 and 2. Yeah, that's why I'm getting rid of all of them dead followers. The people who don't support and don't get to know me. Dead Sight, you are the good star behind that, exactly. You understand what I'm getting at. People want to do the rightful thing. It's like they're not doing a good thing for themselves. That's the second out for the Tigers. So, did you watch some of the highlights from SmackDown? All I know is people are lazy. They don't want to get up and do something. You know, it's like you want support, go and get it. People are not going to stand around while you actually do something good trying to do. And that's called from right center, and the inning is over.
that ends
Go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Game 1 in Minnesota.
as it
Tigers
remains
8, Twins nothing.
Ready to go for the last
Due
half
up
of
for the
inning,
Twins.
and digging
The
in
fifth
is the
batting
big
position,
time
guys.
power
Mets Graver.
threat, Mitch Garver.
He's 0 for 1 for strikeout in the second inning. Like I said, any new year, we want to start standard and we want to start something new with a different format on that. We guys are still getting the series premiere of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War later this week. But you have to get your content and stay consistent. You're right, sister. I'd love you for that. Exactly. You know, but people don't want to really get it at all. All I know is the trolls, people making enough trouble to get some support, and basically, you know, that's something that people really don't want to understand. It's like they want to do whatever they feel like, just to make sure they can get away with it. Guess what? That doesn't see what it works. You know, if people can actually get something terrible and get yourself in trouble by YouTube by doing that, that'll be fly ball to left and almost had a diving catch, and that's a single. That's a single for the Twins. It's like if people are lazy, guess what? It's their fault, not ours to begin with. I must spot for the last every 2 weeks at Walmart. I do. And I did take out my money in the bank this week for my first check this week. It's still a lot of money, but I bust butt every time. When it comes to, like I said, I get up every morning. When it comes to work, I get a shower going. I get dressed. I have a little bit of breakfast. Get picked up for work, kick butt, and I do what I have to do between the few. Have a little supper. Get ready for the chat, and I kick ass the next day. Up top, and makes a very good catch. That's the first out for the Twins. But Leon, but between the other stuff, I do know Monday Night Raw is coming up tomorrow. But it all depends. What do you think is going to happen throughout this week? To the left, 0-1. But I do know we have New Year's Evil coming up. Sometimes I get lazy. Not all the time. I know you don't. My twin does not either. I mean, he has to do what he has to do. What if it's cleaning, having family time like she did during the holidays, or doing whatever she feels like doing. Throws the second. Throws the first in time. Double play. The side is retired. Oh my goodness. And it's a replay of a classic. We play 4 innings today, guys. Go to the top of the 5th. Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Leading off for the Tigers will be Jacoby Jones. He's 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs, a single, and a home run. Monday Raw Legends 9th this Monday. Oh, nice. I didn't watch a lot of Impact, but I do know they didn't. I mean, people were actually a little more surprised that they did not get a new episode of Impact the past Tuesday of last week. So it was actually the best matches of 2020. Like, say, for example, I can name some matches off the bat. I'll get to them in a little bit. That's 1 ball, 1 strike. At the bottom, 1 and 2. But yeah, for example, you've got we have the first woman to be the Impact World Champion back then, with Tessa Blanchard defeated the former champion. And that's a hit by pitch, and that's a walk. Here comes the catch of Jake Rogers. 1 for 2 for double, run, and RBI. Runner first, nobody out. Rays 5, Blue Jays 4 in Tampa. Runner first, nobody out. The pitch by Romero.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Top 1-0-1. But other than that, if people are not lazy, people can try to work so hard, like we've been doing. You know, people have to keep doing what they're doing. We don't do S for S in here. If people want to have it, people can get up and get it. Because no one's going to have to wait somebody and take a turn. We're going to steal second. To the bottom, 1-1, and he is out trying to call second. First out for the Tigers. That's ball 1. Yeah, Raw Legends, yeah. I do know there's going to be numerous lessons coming in tomorrow. Because I am off at 5 tomorrow. Go back to work tomorrow and Tuesday. So basically, we have the likes of Hulk Hogan, Jimmy Hart,
2-1.
you know, numerous lessons. But I do know there is a Raw main event on Lessons Night, for example. You've got Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship at this point against Keith Lee. I think whatever it could be, I think McIntyre is going to retain for sure. What do you think, Leon? I mean, Leon and I always get a lot of wrestling stuff to talk about too. That's the second out for the Tigers. Smaltzer gave up 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks and 1 strikeout, 39 pitches for the 12-7 Twins today. But it usually can be standard. Here comes Victor Reyes back to the lineup. He's 2 for 3 with a run and 2 singles. Yeah, I think he might retain too. I mean, whoever battles him at the Rumble will have an opportunity to go on to WrestleMania and challenge for a championship, so. Well, my top guesses is Keith Lee and Sheamus, possibly. Seth Rollins ain't have anything to do with to get to that situation. But it all depends. And also, my opponent did send me a couple of messages, by the way. Since I passed out way before 11 at this point, and that's a ground ball to center. That's a single. Single for the Tigers. So guys, my opponent sent me a message. I tried to call back around 10:34 last night, and basically, he's like, 1 sec, I came to give you a get well card, so how was the surgery? She gave me a good Cobra Kai line. She's like, love you, Miguel, get some rest, hope you get better soon, love you, Sam LaRusso. I'm like, that was good. So I looked at it earlier this morning, checked on some of the messages, and think, that was good. We're on our first 2 outs. The bottom 0-1. And plus, another thing too, guys, is we also have New Year's Evil coming up this week on NXT. We have possibly 3 or 4 matches at this point, I would assume. Bottom 0-2. And we actually did look at some of that, correct, Leon? No balls, 2 strikes. Romero from the Threats. And that's a strikeout looking. And that's the 3rd out. Inning is over. We go to bottom of the 5th. Game 1 at Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th.
Well, I do know we have numerous matches, like say 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 at least. Even though the NXT Women's title is not up for grabs yet. But I do know. I think. Wait a second. Fun to think what matches are on NXT as well. Impact. Well, I do know Impact is having a mini pay-per-view on Tuesday, or they're pretty much waiting until Hard to Kill at this point, so on the 17th. So it all depends. Due after the Twins will be Josh Donaldson. Grounded out in second, he's 0 for 1. 12-7 Twins, we're gonna have a good load. With a little more fastened design. Pitched by Boyd. To the left, 0-1. Well, let me double check NXT real quick. I do know there's actually numerous things that were actually a little more hyped, actually. One of which is a rematch from NXT TakeOver 31. Between a good sizable match, actually. And a couple of different things that they added the last couple of weeks before the end of 2020 so far today, so well, I do know there's actually some things that are coming in hand. No balls, 2 strikes. A top swing and a miss. That's the first out for the Twins. Good strikeout by Matthew Boyd. Oh wow, you're going to have a unique thing, Leon? Let me double check. Leon in the chat says, I saw a funny video, a kid holding a PS5 box. There was an equipment. Somebody stole the box and it was empty. When this home was Sky, this guy gave the box back to the kid. A little bit of a laugh on that. I usually watch a couple of funny videos on YouTube as well. One of which is, you guys have seen the Goonies in the chat, which is actually a group of people, a group of kids at this point, trying to look for stolen treasure at this point, and the only bad guys in between is the one that's from the one from the train and two others. And basically, I watched this funny scene. Okay, there's this funny scene that I cannot believe a little more, but it was funny. But have you seen this one scene I'm thinking at, Leon? Up top, another strikeout. Second out for the Twins. Sixth strikeout by Matthew Boyd. But yeah, this video is called. I mean, I just can't believe I laugh a little more harder between this one scene. It's from the Goonies for sure, and this video I do check out is the pizza scene from the Goonies at this point. And based on that one scene, guys, I'll tell you in a second. Left 1-0. It would be Byron Buxton. He struck out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. So I watched this video back to back to back, possibly most of the time on YouTube.com, and basically, you have the Vitellis, you have Mama, and you have two others, which is the other two goons behind that, which is actually the bad guys' characters on that. The video is called The Goonies, Pepperoni, or Not, What is the Question? So, basically, one of these guys, at this point, pulls out a gun, brings the gun out, tries to point out pulls out the one in the hat at this point. He's like, do you want pepperoni? And guess what he did, Leon? Guess what he did? To the left, that's a strikeout. And the inning is over. We play 5 innings today, guys. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Due up for the Tigers. At third batting position, Zamir Candelario. It's 2 for 3. So basically, I watched this video plenty of enough times, and I still normally watch this. This Goonies is actually a real good classic. Most of us have really seen it for a long time. So basically, this one guy in the glasses at this point brings a serving a pizza in the box, and he's like, you want pepperoni? Guess what? I'll hang your pepperoni. And guess what? He throws a slice with that pepperoni and throws in to the man's face in the hat, and he pulls out his gun too. He's like, come on, let's go, we're going to kill each other. And basically Mama did point something out too. He's like, put that gun away, you put that gun away right now. He's like, so I'm guessing the other one is a smart brother. And he's like, that's right, and guess what, she slapped him not once, but twice on that. Plus, and also the other scene behind that too. That's a strikeout. First out for the Tigers. So basically, she told him, the one in the hat, go take your brother. He's like, is he okay? And she's like, and I quote, also you would struck her, and she slaps him for the second time. It's actually not the second time, but the third time at least. The bottom 0-1. So basically, that is funny, Leon. That is so absolute funny. I watch it anytime when my lunch break or my 15-minute breaks at work, but also on days off in between. And that's a pop-up. Pop-up to foul territory in the middle makes the catch. Second out for the Tigers. Like I said, I'm telling you, it's funny. She's like, put that gun away now. That's how she actually tries to think at this point. Here comes Miguel Cabrera. He doubled, had a run. He's 1 for 3. Like I said, it's funny. It's funny, I'm telling you. I mean, as I said, there's some funny parts, a little bit of romantic parts behind that, and I think, Sean Astin did very well. I'm trying to think who else played Brand behind that one. But I've seen the movie plenty of times. It's funny. It's funny, a little bit of a drama stuff on that, but fighting against Spencer is actually a tough thing to handle too. Ground ball to left, picks it up, throws the first, and the side is retired. Well, you've seen the Goonies before, correct, Leon? Go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing.
Now to the plate, Luis Arias.
Due up for the Twins will be Luis Arias. He is 1 for 2, but single in the third. 12 and 7 Twins. We're going to bounce a little quick. Let's try to have anybody's momentum. But it's funny, guys. You've seen the goodness before. I've seen it plenty of times, too. The pitch by Boyd. That'll be ground ball to right. Gets out of it defensively. Throws the first easily. 1 out for the Twins. Wait a minute. Is Ronnie going live today? I hope he does. Here comes Nelson Cruz. Back quickly. Watch the screen. It looked like the killer getting ahead. Getting his ass in the face, definitely. But I guess what he's trying to do, that's, actually not that, but Leon, guess what he's trying to do? For my point in our future. He's still trying to steal my love away from me. And guess what? No one's laying a hand, he is not laying a hand to my pudding. Because by the time the art studio gets back, this week, once he gets back to the art studio this week, there's not going to be any constant in between. What's still part of this virus, he should always keep.
Pitching isn't always about getting everyone out.
He should always keep his hands between his pockets or doing something he wants to do. So, and guess what? He's taken by one person. You're looking at him. JD, Zach Dawson right here from Ronnie's group and Tuber. At this point.
You're looking to come unglued on something and be very aggressive.
But other than that, you know, I mean, if it comes down to it, I mean, he can get somebody else for Saints. But I don't see him being single for the rest of his life. I'm pretty sure there's a woman that's sitting in front of him. And plus, I was watching some of a movie last night too. I would think. The bottom, another strikeout. That's a second out for the Twins. It's Eddie Murphy and James Earl Jones last night. I was watching Coming to America, and that movie is funny too. I do know Sister Terry and I were talking about it too. So basically, that movie is always funny. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about this, guys. Okay, Dakota can have a dirty toilet, definitely. He can have himself a toilet seat a little bit, you know. Have him get a roll of toilet paper by getting a walk. For all I care at this point. Because there's no woman that wants to get inside of him and have to tell how he feels about that person. 2 balls, no strikes. And that will be line drive to center and makes a beautiful catch. And the side is retired. We're at the top of the 7th inning, guys. Game 1 and Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Do what for the Tigers? It's CJ Cron. DH number 26. Had a run, singled. He's 1 for 3. Not to my fiancé. But that's exactly what he's trying to do, Leon. He's trying to make sure I stay away from my fiancé. And guess what? He can't do anything for that. He cannot. But yeah, Leon, enough about that. We'll get to that at a different point being. What do you think of my banner? It's actually, my color is red. So I downloaded this app last night. It's called Thumbnail Maker. Buddy told me to have a banner and have a better thumbnail. I'm like, I gotta eventually work with that too. So we can actually, I'm like, I'll give myself a banner, download this app. So I'm like, so why not? And that'll be pop up to right, and that's foul. 2 and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Top 3 and 2. But it's all good. I'm telling you, it's more of something that's more pressing. Buddha and Destiny, namaste. How's it going? Happy New Year to you. New Year to you too. How you doing? Please welcome Buddha, namaste, guys. Buddha, you're from Tuber or Running, correct?
That swing tells me he was really.
That's first out.
Great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Just resting. The icon sting.
Yeah, good. That's the last thing. The icon sting. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Did you look at my banner, Leon? Like I said, I'm holding on to the icon from AEW. Sting. It actually is.
I honestly don't remember where I met.
That's why I don't remember why I met you. I don't know. It's one of two. The ground ball to second. Throws to first base. Second out for the Tigers.
Striding in once again, Jacoby Jones.
So it's actually one of two.
Another one out of the park, just like he did back
Jacoby Jones 2 for 2. And the few.
First pitch of the at bat on its way.
Pitch by Romero.
Grounded down
The
the third
foul ball to
baseline.
left. 0-1.
Foul ball here, 0-1.
Yeah, my pun's not coming in today, so she has turts. And then afterwards, she wants me to come down for some Cobra Kai. I'm like, we can try to make something happen for that. But how long has it been since you haven't been in the chat, Buddha? Or Buddha Namaste or something?
High and off the plate, 2-1.
I would assume.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
That's 2 balls, 1 strike. From the stretch, here's the pitch by Romero. Top 3-1. Yeah, the Salt Banner and Nice. I remember him from when I was young, but they had Stinger or Stingray, who fought with the Bushwhack brothers. Yeah. Well, the Icon, the Verzalines to Sting, he made his premiere back in the WWF Starcade event. Take on Ric Flair back then. And that's his ground ball to center. That's a single. That's a single for the Tigers. So yeah, Running Egg told me to have me create a banner. Go for a banner, and I'm like, sir, why not? I'll do the same thing for the Icon Sting at this point, so. But other than that, do you guys like it? The Grazos, the catch is 1 for 3 for double, an RBI, and a run. Here's the pitch by Romero, runner at first, 2 outs.
So now to the plate, Jake Rogers.
And that would be ground ball to right center field. And that would be a single. That's a single for the Tigers. Yeah, my pun's not coming in the chat today, so. But enough about that. So far, Leon, what matches do we know for Neo's Evil on NXT on Wednesday? Because my next day off is Wednesday. On the mound for the 12-7 Twins will be Coley Stats. Against 9th game appearance. For 2.70 ERA, 8 strikeouts and 3 walks. So that's what I had to do. Some dumb wrestler called Sting. He called him Stink. That wrestler is stupid for calling him that. Ah, that's true. I mean, if it did happen towards Sting, guess what? You end up putting the black bat on that. But I think the allies for the Icon Sting is very simple. Cody and Darby Allin, actually. If he has a couple matches, I still think he can have a couple matches. I don't know if he'll go for the World Champion, AEW World title, though. Because Moxley should be returning the same way. No balls, 2 strikes.
Has a look, now the pitch.
But we'll see. And that'll be fireball, the left center, gets under it, and makes the catch. And the side is retired.
Tigers strand a pair as the
We're going to bottom of the 7th inning, guys. Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Due up for the Twins will be Mets Garver. He's off 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th inning. But as far as we know for NXT this week, I do know we have a title rematch from NXT TakeOver 31, which we'll see Kyle O'Reilly challenging Finn Balor for the NXT Championship. All you need to do, banner. Oh boy. What kind of banner do you have, by the way? I mean, if I change a new banner, it won't be anytime soon. You have yourself a banner too, correct, Buddha? Or not really? And that'll be fireball to straight center. You're gonna grab in it and makes a very good catch. First out for the Twins. Oh my goodness. Any team tries to get best forward catch on that. Indians 7, Red Sox 4 in Boston. That'll bring up Eddie Rosario. 2 flyouts is 0 for 2. We're back to bring some NXT on my phone in a minute. That'll be ground ball to right center. And that'll be a single. with a single for the Twins.
And that's just another
So basically for NXT,
seems like he's been pitching from the stretch the
okay,
entire game. Somehow he's still got
well, I do know there's actually some things that are going on. Passing can logo. Okay. Why was you making a Pepsi logo? Leon, is that something you would go with, or something else behind that one? Jorge Polanco's 1 for 2, a single in the second inning. So basically, there's actually a heated competition between Kyle O'Reilly and the NXT champion Finn Balor, actually. That'd be Fireball center field. Makes the good Cats second out for the Twins. So what we do now is very simple, actually. Sauce is 0 for 2, but our first 2 outs. And that'll be ground ball to center. Gets under it, throws the first time, and the side is retired because I love drinking Pepsi. I always stick to a special diet as always, so I'm always have the time to have regular. The top of the 8th inning, Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Due up for the Tigers would be Jorge Bonifacio, excuse me, and an RBI double. He's 1 for 3. Hold on a second. I'll come back to the chat in a minute. To the left, 0-1. I can't get the size. I haven't had time to write words on it because it's been with I've been with my little niece, but now she left last night. Oh, okay. Not a difficult time or a difficult idea for it, but okay. The ball 1 strike. At the bottom, 0-2. Mets 5, Brewers 1 in New York City.
Man, that pitch had the look of a fastball. Straight changeup, and the bottom fell out of it.
But it's all good, though. I sometimes do, but, any good variety that people like to have between regular pop is really sometimes take. But any regular pop I have, guys, it doesn't affect me a whole lot. It's like if you're drinking a zero sugar Gatorade, I don't think it affects your body that much. 1 and 2. Maybe a little bit. That'd be ground ball to home base. Picks it up. Throws the first. 1 out for the Tigers. But it's all good. Here comes Samir Candelario. Then back to this one. He's had 2 singles and an RBI. Wait a minute, Running Egg now. He actually put a love heart a little bit. I do the same thing without Google Plus. It's not there anymore. Well, Google Plus is not coming back anytime soon. And, yeah, well, the only way to change that is if you download an app that has a thumbnail. A top 0-2. The ball's 2 strikes. That's only the best chance you can pretty much go to. As long as you go to an app that can do your thumbnail between a banner, it can actually make any banner you'd like in the background. Running Egg told me the same thing last night. Yesterday when I was live with them. That'd be foul ball to right, 0-2. As long as you know which banner you like, you can actually paste it a little bit. Copy and do a little bit of pasting on that. Bottom 1 and 2. But as long as you know what you're doing, that'd be fine too. As long as you're supposed to do at the good amount of time to make. But it usually doesn't take that long to make a banner. It really doesn't.
Hey Jack, what up?
What's up, Red Knight? How you doing? Welcome to the 3rd day of 2021. And that's a strikeout. Please look at Red Knight, guys. 2nd out for the Tigers for strikeout by Cody Stasic. Here comes Jonathan Scope. He had an RBI single. He's 1 for 3. So the thing for NXT, guys, I do know there's actually... Well, we actually are getting Karrion Kross taking on Damian Priest at this point, Leon. So we've got that in the mix. We also have a I don't know if the North American Championship is going to be on the line though. Ground ball to second. Picks it up, throws the first, and the inning is over. Inning, Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Due up for the Twins. With Jake Cave, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. Just finding the time, but if I have a banner of the Olsen, but it's not as clear.
helped settle
But running egg, he got real cool artwork, thumbnail maker. I use for what does he use? I actually what I said earlier. I did download an app on my phone, and basically, the knowing app that I did download is called Thumbnail Maker. If you guys remember the app on your phone, you guys can check it out on your phone, or try to look it up when you're in the chat. So, that's the way I created my banner. You know, I'm like, I always wanted a banner, try to get something going that's cool, and making so you guys like it. Up top, 1 and 2. But anybody can create a good banner, whether it's good, anything from a movie, anything musical, or anything you guys like between anything extra. Bottom 2 and 2. What's one supporter? Yeah, I lost a few. I lost a few throughout last night. I'm at 1604, but the only few that can get me up there is Running Egg and Tuba. I know they can actually get me going. Up next is Byron Buxton, 221, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs. He's on deck, 3 and 2.
3-2 pitch.
That's a little bit. And that's a swing and a miss. First out for the Twins. 9th consecutive strikeout by Matthew Boyd. Well, Leon, we're going to talk some wrestling real quick. So basically, we only know a couple of following matches right now. Karrion Kross taking on Damian Priest. We also have Timothy Zatsa going one-on-one against former NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa. So basically, I would check app later. Yeah, I would actually do that later. I would actually have you do that later once it has the time. But yeah, New Year's Eve was coming up this week on Wednesday, and the thing about that is going to be very simple. I have that app for thumbnails, and something I'm going to try. Do you know Vern's Zacky Closet, C helps? Hold up a minute. C helps a lot. C helps a lot grow. Oh, I actually never noticed that. I mean, does he do it 24/7 or between thumbnails? Picks it up, throws the first in time. That's the second out for the Twins. Here comes Luis Orez. Sing on his in the third inning, he's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch by Boyd. And that'll be ground ball called from second base, and the side is retired. So what's it been up to today, Red Knight? Anything good for the weekend? Go to top of the ninth, stretch out, guys. Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing.
And that'll bring up the veteran Miguel
Due up for the Tigers. Be the one and only Miguel Cabrera. 1 for 4 for double and a run. 3 for 14 of the season. Now for 214. Yeah, Tampa probably will destroy Timothy Zatsa for sure. I don't know if Tampa's going to be going for the NXT Championship. I think it'd be good for WrestleMania TakeOver, but I don't know. We'll see. But at least they did pay tribute to Brody Lee on AEW Dynamite back on Wednesday, so that was actually interesting. That was actually very interesting to look upon. Former TNT champion when he beat Cody back then. So I didn't think it was that bad. So 1-1 from the stretch. It's a pitch by Stasic. Up top, foul ball to right. I am fine. As always, just cross between the pile of books. Oh, what kind of books are you looking at? 1 and 2. To left, 2 and 2. Hopefully they're not that tough or challenging. Between any other book, you can't get there too quick. As long as it's something that's challenging or difficult to look into. To the right, strike out. First out for the Tigers. So yeah, I think there is just recent about 5 or 7. Hold up a minute. Hold up. Saquon's 1 for 4. Let me see. You can ask her and she'll let you know. Because it helps with just like running egg. Well, if I go to her channel, do you think she would help me out with a banner sometime? I mean, I don't know. I think it would be good. I think it would be absolutely positively good, actually. See what happens. We have an exam for 1 week. Oh boy. I think it'll be not a bad of an idea. 2 balls, 1 strike. What's up, Connor? How you doing? Please welcome Connor in the chat, guys. Connor is still one of the 111 moderators. He's still on top of that book. But how you doing today, buddy? Well, I'll tell you in a second. Up top, a strikeout, second out for the Tigers. Well, I do know, here's the thing, Leon. I don't think Tampa's going to be targeting the what do you call it? Call it the one thing. I don't think he's going to be going for the NXT North American title, because Gargano's held it 3 times. The first NXT superstar to do it. So, I'm doing good, buddy, just tired. Gargano's over 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs. But I might be with my opponent today after Turts. It all depends. I mean, I know she's going to be really tired between if I still come down a little bit. That'd be ground ball back to the mound. Gets under it, throws the first, and the side is retired. Yeah, I don't understand why this guy wants to talk about that, about Zackett. But the bottom of the 9th inning, Game 1 in Minnesota. Tigers 8, Twins nothing. Yeah, I don't understand why the Liberator is making a stupid comment or making a stupid complaint on it. I don't understand why. We got different pitcher coming in. As it will be coming in. Point on the mound for the 5 and 13 Tigers will be Gregory Soto. Soto making a still game appearance. 1 save, 3.00 ERA, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. How are we doing on time today? Oh, good. We'll be fine. First pitch by Soto. To left, 1-0.
The screen is frozen like the video.
The screen is frozen like the video is off. Let me double check a minute. Hold on. Hold up.
Welcome, Connor.
Yeah, I don't usually see any of that. Do you guys in the chat, do you guys see a video is off or something? I mean, I don't see anything that's being frozen at all. I don't think I really do. Or is that stupid blue screen? That's the only problem. I mean, Running Egg and I talked about it a little bit when he was live yesterday, so not a big. I don't think I would make that a big deal right now. 2-1. Top 3-1. Up next, Miguel Sano, batting 88. But yeah, you also have, okay, what do you think about Damian Priest taking on, what do you call it? Karrion Kross on Wednesday, Leon. Your thoughts on that? I mean, I think it'll be a good flat-out match. I think it'll be an outstanding match, actually. 3-2.
Here comes the payoff pitch.
Up top, that's a walk. First walk by Soto. He walks Nelson Cruz for the 12-7 Twins today.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with
Let me go NXT Live on that, on this one. Blended, thank you. Definitely take the few.
Standing in, Miguel Sano.
Double check Seattle for a minute. Yeah, blue is, yeah, I'm guessing it's the only connection that's been going on. It's fun. It's okay. I'll leave that as no big deal. Miguel Sano is 1 for 3. Runner at first, nobody out. But I think we might be okay though. The bottom 0-2. But what did you think of the Brody Lee tribute of AEW Dynamite, Leon? I mean, I actually thought it was not bad of a episode. That's the first out for the Twins. The strikeout by Jeffrey Soto. Yeah, let me bring up WWE NXT. Yeah, New Year's Evil. There we go. I want to look at that. To left, that's a fly ball to right center field. It's under it, makes the catch, second out for the Twins. The Twins are down with their final out.
Now at the plate, Eddie Rosario. He steps in off a base hit.
Last chance for the Twins. Eddie Rosario's 1 for 3.
First pitch of the at-bat.
To left, 0-1. So there's actually a big question behind this one. I'll tell you in a second about the NXT Championship in a minute. Foul ball to home base, 0-2. Twins went down with their final strike. Here's a pitch by Soto.
For the Twins.
1-2.
2 strikes now.
So here's the big question, Leon, is... But yeah, Kyle Ryan will be taking on Finn Balor for the NXT Championship this Wednesday in New Year's Evil. To the right 2-2. The question is, can Undisputed Era's Martial Arts Master Flip script finally break through when he challenges Balor for the NXT title at New Year's Evil? I mean, well, they actually had a very good match at the TakeOver. And that's a strikeout, and the Tigers are now 6-13 of the season. Taking game 1 in Minnesota in a watchable thing. 8-0 at this point by the 6-13 Tigers. Oh my goodness, look at this, guys. Straightforward, not out of run and maneuver. Oh my goodness. But I think it would be another great match prior to TakeOver 31 at a little bit of its finest. But it all depends. If I were to pick between Karrion Kross and Damian Priest, I think Kross would have to win. I would go with him to win. But, okay, Balor and O'Reilly, well, I do know maybe at the next current TakeOver, I believe that, what do you call it, Karrion Kross might challenge for the NXT Championship. That would be next. I think he's going to be challenging Balor or O'Reilly next for the NXT Championship at the coming TakeOver. That'd be my guess. So in Game 1 in Minnesota, taking the victory is the 6-13 Tigers. Jacoby Jones had a very good game. Has 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs and a home run. Victor Reyes was 3 for 5. Jake Rogers 2 for 4 for a double and an RBI. One and only Miguel Cabrera for a double, 1 for 5. In Game 1 in Minnesota, for the 12-8 Minnesota Twins of the season, 12-8 Twins, William Polanco was 1 for 3. Nelson Cruz had a walk and a strikeout, 1 for 3. And Luis Reyes and Eddie Rosario was 1 for 4 each, with a strikeout in Game 1 in Minnesota. So the Tigers go up to 6-13 over the Twins, 12-8 in Game 1 in Minnesota. 8-0, 14 hits, 0 errors, 6 hits, and no errors. Holy cow, guys, look at that. We're going to simulate that in a minute, as far as there's any other stuff without completing. Let me double check here. Creations, Running Egg, definitely right.
Welcome to your Saturday edition.
I think Running Egg's going live this afternoon. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure if he's going live or not. Maybe.
The Texas Rangers totaled 11 hits.
In UK time, I would think maybe around 6 or 7 between United States, between 2 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Depends how that's going to be presented or something like that. Well, we'll see. As far as the other games go, we'll start with the first one, guys. We have the Reds winning by 4 runs over the Yankees in New York City. Final score by 4 runs, 5-1. Hey, what's up, Ronnie? How you doing? Get me out there on YouTube, buddy. How you doing? And I know you guys see a blue screen. That's okay. But I did what you told me. I did what you actually told me to do. Told me to get myself a banner, and I did some of that. So I put the AEW icon Sting on the middle, and I put a little bit of red on top of that too. So I put a little bit of red on top of it. So I'm like, I can't complain, buddy. But you know, it's been going good. I go back to work. I go back to work tomorrow, Tuesday, off Wednesday. Then, yeah, all I have to do is most likely in the audience just work 8 to 5s now. I mean, 8 to 5s are almost the right way to go. Keep everything controlling and more of something in between. But what do you think of my banner? You have the icon Sting at the middle. You've got a little bit of bright red on top of that too, between the middle. But what do you think? I mean, the app that I downloaded, as I said, was for anybody that's always familiar between that and the chat, is what do you call it? Downloading this one app. It's called this one app, guys. If you guys want to create your own banner on a phone or a computer or a tablet. It's called Thumbnail Maker. You guys can create any kind of banner you like, so you guys can bring that to the balance.
Needs adjustments and
So it's more of an interesting fact, too. It's some adjustments and extras. I can try to think of an idea. I mean, this might be an idea, but do you think I should download another app that goes with that, or not really? I mean, we'll see. Okay, guys, 5-1, 6 hits, 1 error by 2 runs. 2 hits and 1 error, excuse me. McHale with a second win. Bauman was first save. The Nationals win by 1 after 9 innings by 1 run over the Cubs in Washington. Final score with this one, guys, after 9 innings, 7-6 by 1. 13 hits, 0 errors, 9 hits, and 3 errors. Doolittle with a second win. Sewell with third save. So yeah, I probably am going to be live with you as well, Renegade, but I did check out how much I lost today. Oh man, I mean, this morning I lost 2, despite the connection I had only for like 49 minutes last night, because the connection interrupted it. As I was going to do an hour and 35 minutes yesterday, and my opponent wanted to have time with me to watch some Cobra Kai, and I'm like, sure, why not? I need some time off from the chat a little bit, so I can spend the rest of my life with my pudding, so I can do anything I can do with my Angel. We're spending quality time, keeping the distance, battling this virus the same way, and, you know, everything will be just fine. As long as we keep on benefiting, we can do. Twin the other thing on it. Okay, there we go. But it's all good. Doolittle over second save, Sewell over third save. The Phillies win a big victory by 5 runs over the Marlins in Philadelphia. After 9 innings, guys, final score 5-0 shutout. 8 hits, no errors. That's the reason I don't do milestones. Exposure is far better. So yeah, I lost 2 supporters, Ronnie. So I did say that the only ones that can get me back up there is you and Tuba. You and Tuba all together. So, and plus, I'm almost running out of money on Google Play. This is actually what I'm going to do, guys. I go back to work tomorrow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a big Google Play card, extend that to my phone, and see if I don't have to run out as much. I mean, I still do super chats though. All right, but yeah, guys, I only do super chats at this point. I mean, if I had my own Streamlabs, my old friend Motor Gaming would help me finalize that crap if it would be a possibility. But Ronnie, do you have Streamlabs? Because I know White Supremacy hasn't, but the Gasway, Sinatra, and Drunkle hasn't. Part of Golf City group. I'm still part of their group too, at least as well. But do you have Streamlabs as well, or not really? I mean, for me, I only do super chats between the small amounts, so between without comments. No love is 4th win. But that's the only super chats I can bring without comments. It's like the comments are not being sent. Okay, what do I have to do with Streamlabs? I mean, I haven't gone back to it. I mean, Moto was going to help me, but basically, he actually forgot what I was trying to do. So, if anybody can help me too, you guys can help me anytime you'd like for Streamlabs. Okay, guys, the Indians won by 3 runs after 9 innings over the Red Sox in Boston. For almost triable and simple, final score 7-4 by 3 runs, 11 hits together, and no errors. Bieber was first win, Brad Hand was 8th save. I'm going to go ahead and go to Streamlabs.com real quick. I mean, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be able to get something going again between Streamlabs. I really don't know how it's going to be able to fit in for sure. I mean, it all depends. You have an El Ghetto card? No. I mean, I do not. But the question is would be why. I mean, do you think I need that, or do you think I have to use some kind of a card for Streamlabs? For anything for sure. Rays win by 1 over the Blue Jays in Tampa. But I am downloading Streamlabs right now, so Motor Gaming tried to help me. He tried to help me as good as he can, but, you know, he didn't mention anything about... He didn't mention a lot about that, especially... He told me to get a Streamlabs and see what I need to do between to look on it. A little bit. Final score by 1. After 9 innings, 5-4. 7 hits, no errors. Grenade 1 to stream on Streamlabs. So, okay, so Ronnie, what do you think I could get a Galego card at? I mean, do you know where I can get one at? I mean, is there a place, a store, anything I can go for it? I mean, I'm going to be extending Google Play tomorrow for sure. Same with Super Chats if I can. Serenos for second win. Your game on PC? No. PC? No. Only between the number 1 seed, the PS5, and my phone. That's between these two. But I am planning on maybe getting a laptop in the future. I'm planning on it this week. But it all depends. Sereno for second win. Anderson for sixth save. The Go-Go Mets went by 4 runs. Little Stratosphere over the Brewers in New York City. After 9 innings, guys, by 4 runs, final score 5-1, 6 hits altogether, and no errors. Ron Porcello's first one. GameStop, maybe PC stores, or definitely Amazon. So, what do you think I have? What do you think I have to look up here? Okay, I got Streamlabs downloaded. It's downloaded right now. So, I haven't been inside Streamlabs for a while, at least, but I could probably try to demonstrate the other few, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, GameStop would be 1, but I'm not 100% sure. But what about Super Chats? Anything on Super Chats? But it all depends really if I mean, Streamlabs would not be a bad of an idea, so. But I'll think about it. Like I said, I'll probably think about it, see if it's not going to be linger that much, but I'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that later, we're almost done. The Giants win by 1 over the Braves in Atlanta by 1 run after 9 innings. Final score between the record guys is 5-4. 7 hits, no errors, 8 hits, and 0 errors. Bandov his first win. Watson with 6th save. Yeah, maybe GameStop. I mean, I am going to be playing in 2 games very soon. I do know I'm off Wednesday or I'm off Saturday in between, so I can pretty much trade in 2 games with Watch Dogs Legion and the Suzuma, hopefully. So we'll see. The Royals win by 4 runs after 9 innings over the Orioles in Kansas City. By 4 runs after 9 innings, 8-4. 14 hits, no errors, 10 hits, and no errors. Take up Zunas with his second win. The Rangers had a blowout victory this morning by 7 runs over the White Sox in Chicago. Final score after 9 innings by 7. Of the final score, 8-1. 11 hits, no errors, 2 hits, and no errors. Out of the second win, Lyles withstood first save. A little bit of a dry throw, but I'll have brekkie after I'm done with some of this. Okay. The Astros make a little short work by 3 runs after 9 innings over the Angels in Houston. But yeah, I'm still hoping to have my own Streamlabs as good as I can grab and get as good as I can. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do Super Chats though. I mean, I could think of something for a setting on YouTube, but I'm still not 100% sure. I mean, the last time I've ever had Streamlabs, by the way, running, it's been a while. Back when Murda used to help me out, but I don't know where he's been going. I mean, I've only seen him post something on Facebook. That's been one of 2 things between a video. Final score is 7-4. 9 hits, 1 error, 7 hits, and no errors. Peacock for second win. Asuno for 7th save. But we'll see. The Rockies win by 6 over the Redbirds in Colorado. By 6 runs, final score after 9, 7-1. 12 hits, 0 errors, 6 hits, and just 1 error between any team. Freeland with second win. The Athletics make a close victory by 2 runs after 10 innings and extra. So after 10 innings over the Mariners in Oakland, final score after extra innings, final score is 7-5, 13 hits, 1 error by 2 runs, 9 hits and 1 error. Minerva's first win. And the Dodgers win by 6 runs over the Pirates of Los Angeles. Blowout victory, final score 6-0. 10 hits, 0 errors, 3 hits, and no errors. Ward of his 4th overall win. So the Tigers are 6-13. The next time you guys will see baseball, well, it would be after I premiere Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War later on this week. So I'm thinking, well, I go back tomorrow. You guys are getting Spider-Man Miles Morales tonight for now in 35. If I go back in the morning. So tomorrow night after 5, you guys will have an hour and 35 of Watch Dogs Legion. Tuesday night, only Tuesday, guys, since I've got 8 to 5 on Tuesday night. So Tuesday night, you guys are already getting a new episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla by then. And then Wednesday, then I'm off this Wednesday as well, guys. Part of running the best of all time. He told me, he normally tells me as a good laughter. I never set up in between. I do IZ News every first 19-20 minutes to give you guys the articles you guys want to see and want to hear. You guys are always grateful as a family. With love, support, staying connected together. As far as we can gather. So baseball will be back the coming weekend on Saturday. So this is my last day off from work out at 4. Go back tomorrow, Tuesday. I'm off Wednesday, so Assassin's Creed Valhalla every Tuesday, Wednesdays on that. And Watch Dogs Legion. So I can continue to provide some of the other. So in 6 days on Saturday morning, it will be Game 2 in Minnesota. It will be the 6-13 Tigers taking on 12-8 Twins in Minnesota. So Saturday morning in Game 2 in Minnesota. On the mound for the 6-13 Tigers will be KZ Mizey. Has a 1-2-1 loss record, 14 strikeouts for 3.68 ERA. And on the mound in Game 2 in Minnesota for the 12-8 Twins will be Kenta Maeda. Maeda has a 2-0 one-loss record, 24 strikeouts, and for 1.55 ERA. And for the other teams, quick guys, then we'll get standings. We've got the Yankees taking on the Reds in New York City. Atone 2-1 with a 1.00 ERA versus Garrett Cole with a 2.11 ERA. Run average between the bottom guys is very, very similar in extra response, and it's very heavy between the other. Orioles take on the Royals in Kansas City. Kramer 0-2 for 13.06 ERA versus Bubik for 2.65 ERA. Run average. White Sox host the Rangers in Chicago. Lynn 0-2 for a 4.56 ERA versus Galito for 1.26 ERA. So any surprising ERAs. Red Sox host the Indians in Boston. Zach Plesac 2-1 for 3.24 ERA. With Rodriguez with a 2-0 one-loss record with 6.00 ERA. Run average, guys. Only 3 letters. Cubs take on the Nationals in Washington. Hendricks 2-1 with a 5.06 ERA versus Ross with a 1-2 record, 5.84 ERA. Run average. Phillies take on the Marlins in Philadelphia. Lopez 1-3 with a 4.76 ERA versus Zach Wheeler with a 4.81 ERA. Between a modern or not less modern between averages. The Mariners take on the Athletics in Oakland. Sheffield 1-1 with 7.85 ERA versus Montez for 9.22 ERA. Between odd numbers and evens can remain a little bit the same between the few. Rays take on the Blue Jays in Tampa. Walker 2-2 with a 4.15 ERA versus Snell with a 5.12 ERA. No dots, guys, but only between the numbers I can take it out and Took out the reading to listen on him. Angels take on the Astros in Houston. Barrier 1-0 for 3.00 ERA versus Urquidy with a 6.91 ERA. Over average or under average, as long as any pitcher can try to match its thing between its skill. Brewers take on the Mets in New York City. Burns 0-2 with a 5.82 ERA versus Jared DeGrom with 3.60 ERA. Let's see. All right, good. Giants take on the Braves in Atlanta. Kevin Guzman with a 1.80 ERA versus Anderson with a 2-0 win-loss record with a 4.64 ERA. The D-backs hosting the Padres in Arizona. Lucensi 1-1 with an 8.10 ERA versus Glenn with 2.55 ERA. Run average. The Rockies host the Cardinals in Colorado. Zach Flattery 0-3 with a 5.82 ERA versus Castellani for 1.45 ERA. Alrighty, guys, let's see. And the Pirates take on the Dodgers coming out Saturday morning. The next time guys see baseball. Delon 1-2 with 3.20 ERA versus the legendary Clayton Kershaw with a unbeaten 4-0 win-loss record on the mound for the Dodgers. And for 1.69 ERA. Run average. Before we wrap things up today, guys, we're going to get some standings and go downstairs and then get a sour afterwards. Alright, guys, for the American League Central, you've got one loss for the 12-8 Twins. 4 wins in a row, substantially standard. 6-4 in the last 10 games. 4 wins for the 12-9 Indians. 1 loss for the 11-9 White Sox. 2 wins for the 10-9 Royals. And back in the winning column, trailed by 4 games, still early, it's 1 win for the 6-13 Detroit Tigers. American League West, a little more hotter, gives a little more standard expansion. 9 consecutive wins, 12-3 at night, 9-3 as a away team, and that would be 9 wins for the 15-4 Houston Astros. 1 loss for the 13-6 Angels, trailed by 2 games behind, but 9 wins by the 15-4 Astros. 4 losses in a row completely. 4 losses for the 10-11 Seattle Mariners. 2 wins for the 7-14 Athletics. 1 win for the 3-17 Texas Rangers, American League West. In the National League East, pretty good wins between any 5 columns. 20 good columns between good-hearted teams, between professional. As you guys can see, 5 wins in a row. That's completely 8-4 at night, 9-6 as an away team. And that would be 5 wins in a row for the 12-9 Philadelphia Phillies, 4 wins for the 10-9 Nationals, only behind 1 game of the 12-9 Phillies, of winning percentage of .571. 3 games skid, 3 losses for the 10-10 Miami Marlins, 1 loss for the 10-12 Braves, and 1 win for the Go-Go Mets. With a 6-14 Go-Go Mets, trailed by 3 games by the 10-12 Braves. The National League East. A little more hotter, too. National League Central, 2 losses for the 16-4 Cubbies. 1 win for the 11-8 Reds. 6 losses completely misunderstanding. With 5-8 in the 9, 4-2 as an away team, 4-10 at home. 6 losses for the 8-12 Milwaukee Brewers. 1 loss each for the 7-13 Cardinals. And 6-14 Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, let me see if there's anything else completely. Okay, never mind. Okay, National League West, pretty hotter, but keeping a little more straight. 1 win for the marvelous, hot team. 1 win for the 18-2 Los Angeles Dodgers. 3 wins for the 13-6 Padres. Only trailed by 4.5 games, though, still early in the season. Of every 1 to 2 days a week of baseball on it. Of the 18-2 Dodgers. 1 loss for the 10-10 Diamondbacks. 1 win for the 8-11 Rockies, only trailing by a game and a half of the 10-10 Diamondbacks. And 2 wins for the 8-12 San Francisco Giants. Last but not least, guys, then we'll get out of here afterwards. In the American League East, 1 loss for the 15-5 New York Yankees. One loss as well for the 12-9 Red Sox, only trailing 3.5 games of their rival 15-5 Yankees. One win for the 10-10. One win for the 10-10 Rays. 3 losses each. Actually, 1 of 2. 3 losses for the 6-13 Orioles, and 4 losses for the 4-16 Blue Jays. I'm going to tell you guys what's going to happen tonight. I'll tell you in a minute after I make a save here. And do what we always do between any channel or any live chat point. Okay, there we go. And alrighty, guys, that's going to be a wrap for me this morning. I will be back tonight for an hour and 35. Because I go back to work tomorrow and Tuesday, off Wednesday. So you guys will see baseball magazine at 6-13 Tigers the upcoming weekend on Saturday. So baseball won't be back until Saturday for the time being. You guys will have an hour and 35 on Spider-Man tonight. And then tomorrow night after 5, only an hour and 35 on Watch Dogs Legion. So it will be tomorrow night as well. Between giving it good stuff on the schedule. If you want to catch more MLB 20, every 1 to 2 days a week, managing the 6-13 Tigers of the season, be sure to hit that red support button, hit that like button, stay connected, tweet it out, comment, share it, stay connected. You can see YouTube doesn't take any followers, so we don't have another person or lose anybody between the channel. If you guys have a Twitter, you can do so by following me on Twitter at JDZachDawson. J is capitalized, D is capitalized as always. The rest is lowercase between 2 words and 1. Remember, guys, J and the D is also the JD Zach Dawson. It's the only positive between capitalization and lowercase. The numbers are always the same, guys. I'm going to say it one time only. 824-65600. You guys can find the numbers by finding the name on Twitter for me anytime you like. Stay followed anytime. And also, guys, say hi to me on Discord. Send me a friend request on Discord anytime you'd like. The same thing for Twitter. Share me out, tweet me out, leave a good comment through Runny and Tuber. I will be with Runny Egg today. My friend does want me to come down as well, but I don't know what time it's going to be. Pretty much after 12:30 for sure, and then trying to see if there's really much more inside, and then see if we can actually get a little more understandable for it. And if you guys have any questions, let me know on that. I only go with Twitter and Discord, so between anything that's going through good stuff. We've watched our videos in full. Like them, share them, tweet them out, comment, stay connected. Never ask for support back in between. And if you guys also want to vote for the idol up to the end of this year, you guys can gratefully vote anytime. It lands at 30. Great Summon at 13 by 17 with two hit singles that's competing. If you guys want my love and I to do between the honest opinion. But alrighty, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will be back tonight for some Spider-Man Miles Morales. And then tomorrow night, after I get off at 5, only Watch Dogs Legion for now in 35. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla Tuesday night after 5, too. So we're going to actually try to get a good complication and confirmation for it. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. I want to say thank you, Runny. Keep up the good work, buddy. I will see you in the chat as good as I can this week. As soon as I increase my Google Play, having a small amount. So I will do that tomorrow. Thank you, Leon. Love you, buddy. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Connor. Thank you, Red Knight. Keep up the good work. Good luck on that exam from tomorrow for next week. Thank you, Buddha, Destiny, Namaste. Thank you. Also want to thank Deadside and my sister Terry. I love you, girl. Keep up good work. Give my sister Thrice a shout out. But alrighty, guys. Like I said, I will see you guys back here tonight for some Spider-Man Miles Morales. If I go back to work in the morning. As always, guys, be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. This is Eddie signing off, JD out. And I'll see you guys tonight for some Spider-Man, same time, same channel. Stay safe, keep the guidance, and keep your health moving. And until then, I'll see you tonight, and I will see you guys in the next one.